I'm 50 years old. I'm over 50 years old, and I've got some regrets that I want to share with you. And hopefully, some of my regrets you can learn from me. You can learn from my experiences, but I have some regrets that I want to share with you. Let's jump right into it. So, the first regret is I posted my first video on YouTube in 2006. So, my first video, 2006. So, honestly, my first regret is I wish I would have stuck with it. I wish I would have stayed with it. And interestingly enough, I'm doing the same thing now I was doing back in 2006. Same thing now. Okay. So I sort of feel like maybe I would be a little further along. Number two, I wish I wouldn't have spanked my kids. I don't know what it is in the black community, but we got this thing about spanking kids. And I don't know if it comes from slavery or what. You know, this whole thing about spare the rod, spoil the child. Let me tell you something. What I understand emotionally, when you spank your kids, they have no idea why you're spanking them. You do as an adult, but they don't understand. So here's what you emotionally encode for them, that they're bad kids. And once that thread gets started, it will weave and weave and weave. And as they get older, it'll get worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay. And their behavior, they'll be acting out, they'll be smoking weed, they'll be doing all this crazy stuff. And you'll be like, I don't understand where this stuff comes from. Okay. So don't spank your kids. Okay. Talk to your kids, give them consequences, help them understand, try to help them understand why you are treating them the way you're treating them and why you're making those decisions. Okay? Because kids don't have the comprehension, they don't have the understanding that adults have. So don't look for your kids to understand that stuff. They're not going to understand it. Okay? So that's why spankings don't work. All right? So that's number two. Number three, I wish I'd have saved and invested more money. Number four is I wish I would have challenged the LPN exam coming out of the military. So when I was in the military, I was a hospital corpsman. And as a hospital corpsman, I could come out and I could challenge the license uh, practice nursing. It was LPN. And I know in some places they're phasing LPNs out, but still it would have been a start for me coming out of the military. And it would have been a great, part-time job that I could have did, or maybe even a full-time career, because it's just the foundation. I think one of the things that I had to learn is that your start is a start. That's all it is. It's not where you're going to end. It's where you're going to start. And so coming out of the military, I needed a start. And that would have been a great start. All right. So number five, I wish I would have understood mentorship a lot sooner. A lot of us, I would go through life and I never even thought about, do I have someone to coach me? Do I have someone to guide me? You don't think about that stuff. But man, a mentor can save you time, energy, and money and headache. So definitely, if you've got something you want to do, find someone that's already doing it and consult with them. Okay. Number six, I wouldn't have got an adjustable rate mortgage. So back in 2003, 2004, they were heavy into these adjustable rate mortgages. And because I was an entrepreneur and, I was a business owner and I didn't have like a set salary, my mortgage broker recommended that we get an adjustable rate mortgage. Well, you know what happened? We had the 2007 2006 to 2008 real estate crisis. Well, I was a part of that. And I made a decision. We knew better. That wasn't our first house. So we knew better. And we know we needed something with a flat rate. And I think they even talked me out of my VA my VA mortgage, because I could have used VA. In VA, I wouldn't have got that adjustable rate. So it's very interesting. And so, but it reminds me of the bird that had one eye. And this other bird walked up to this bird, and he said to the bird, he said, "Oh, I see you crying." And the little bird was like, "Well, yeah." And when he took his wing off his eye, he said, the big bird looked at the smaller bird and said, "Oh, are you crying because someone plucked out your eye?" And the little bird said, "No, I'm crying because I let them." Okay. And so we signed up for that. We signed the papers of that. We did that. Okay. But yes, it was pushed our way. They did promote it as this being a good thing for us because it was a no doc loan. So I wish we'd have never got that adjustable rate mortgage. Okay. Um, we didn't it you know they didn't foreclose on a house, but we did do a short sale. Okay. Um, and last, number 7 is, I wish I wasn't so car crazy. Man, I love cars. And I've spent a lot of money over the years on cars. And sometimes I bought cars when really I shouldn't have, because we really wasn't there. We really couldn't afford it. But sometimes, man, I would get so car crazy that, and I think, as I'm thinking about it now, I think um, when I think about a car shows me and shows others how successful I am. And I think that's my thing with the car. And so some of y'all might say, well, George, a car doesn't determine. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But we all got something. Okay. And so cars are my thing. And the only thing that's changed is I'm a little more smarter about the way I buy and sell cars. Okay. That's something else too I've learned. And maybe I can do that in another video on selling cars. Okay. That's a great video. I think that'll be my next video, because we spend a lot of money on cars. So you need to know how to buy them, and you need to know how to sell them as well. All right. Well, thank you for hanging in there with me, watching the video to the end. Get motivated with George. I am a licensed clinical social worker here in the state of North Carolina, and I make videos to help you through your relationships, through your life. Okay, so you can glean from me. If you like this material, feel free to like, subscribe, turn your notification on. If not, hey, thanks for watching this one video. Okay, all right, peace.